All right, today we're gonna be applying the law of cosines to non-right triangles. Applying the law of cosine to non-right triangles. The law of cosines are used in two cases only, and that's side, angle, side. So that'll be side, angle, side, and side, side, side. Those are the only two situations we'll use law of cosines. All right, let's apply a problem. Suppose you want to find the length of A, and we're given this triangle. We know that this angle is 66 degrees, and we know two sides. So again, we have side, angle, side. So we know we can apply the law of cosines. All right, so I could say A squared is equal to, and then you put the two sides there, 20 squared plus 13 squared minus 2 times the two sides and cosine of the angle that's in between the two sides, and that's 66 degrees. All right, and the rest is just simplification. So you're going to have A squared. 20 times 20 is 400. 13 squared is 169. And you multiply those 20 times 13 times 2, you're going to get 520. And then you got to take the cosine of 66 degrees. All right, if you simplify that, you're going to get A squared equals, if you add that up, you're going to get 569 minus 520, and cosine of 66 is roughly about 0.406. So you get A squared equals 569 minus 211. So you get A squared equals 358. But now, in order to get A by itself, remember you have to unsquare this. So you're going to take the square root to both sides. So it's going to approximately be 18.9 is what that's going to be. Okay, solve for x. Again, we have side, angle, side. So we can use the law of cosines for this particular problem. So in this case, I'm going to say 25 squared, right? Because we only use the two angles that are part of the side angle side as the legs. So the other side, you're going to use that like your hypotenuse. So 25 squared is equal to 32 squared plus 37 squared minus 2 times, and take the product of the two sides there. But we're not looking for the sides this time. We're looking for this angle. So we're going to say cosine of x, because that's what we're looking for, is this angle. All right, so 225 times 25 is 625. And you can get 1,024 plus 1,369 minus 2 times 1,184 cosine x. All right, so this is going to wind up being 625. And if you add that up, you're going to get this amount. And cosine x. And you're going to take the difference there. So you're going to wind up with 25 cosine x. You divide both sides by 25. So you get cosine of x equals 25. But you got to take the inverse of this. So the inverse of this of 25 which is going to approximately be 105. So x has to be 105. All right, let's apply a real life problem. To approximate the length of a lake, a surveyor starts at one end of the lake and walks 245 yards. He then turns 110 degrees and walks 270 yards until he arrives at the other end of the lake. Approximately how long is the lake? It's good to have pictures in problems like these. So he says he goes from this end of the lake, 245 yards, turns around and makes an angle of 110 and goes down 270 yards. And we want to know the distance across this lake. Again, we can use the law of cosines because we have a known side, we have a known angle, and another side. So we have side, angle, side. So the distance squared is going to be 270 squared plus 245 squared minus 2. And then you just multiply those two known sides, 270 and 245, times cosine of 70 degrees. Okay? And if you simplify that, you're going to wind up with d squared equals 87,678. And what you're going to do is you're going to unsquare both sides. So d is going to be approximately 296 yards. All right, this concludes our lesson for today.